NorCal. 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
Okay, so we're talking about relationships and how they're affected by social media. I'm going to have you start with this one.
We came up with it. It was like a last minute thing to talk about yesterday because both of us are kind of in the entertainment business. You know, she promotes shit and I do shit. So
I'm a stripper.
Yeah, I'm a stripper. Send them dollars.
Yeah.
Again, hands only page.
Half a hand.
I personally, when I'm dating someone, I've said this before, I don't allow them on my social media. I think it causes problems. I think, you know, we're not going to be friends on Facebook or Instagram or none of that shit, because I had an ex-wife who was like, oh, really? This bitch saying happy birthday? This bitch saying happy birthday? And I'm like, it's from my mother. Like, stop it, bitch. Like, why are you so fucking jealous with everything? And she was the one fucking everybody in Modesto. You too? Hope you're doing fine.
You too? You too?
All right.
So I believe that if it's gonna, I believe it's gonna cause a wedge anyway. So I try to cut it off. However, I am an entertainer, so I have to keep the social media. I know the people that I've been with, they don't like hearing that. Well, that's just your excuse. This is the way you want to talk to people. And I'm like, that's the same reason I don't allow you in my social media. I will also say this that I wanted to say is, if you share an account, something's wrong with you.
That's stupid.
Yes.
That is, you are the biggest
Somebody
pussy.
fucked up somewhere is what
Yeah.
happened. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Like,
if you share an account, like, something's wrong with you guys
Yeah.
as a fucking couple. Like,
Yeah.
just both of you get the fuck
Get
off
off.
of social media.
Yeah.
Stop sharing the password.
Delete your joint account.
Yeah.
Just call it code.
So
Yeah.
this relationship is the first time I've ever really dealt with this. And so this girl,
is she younger?
no, she's 50.
Okay.
She's a few years younger.
Okay.
But it was really, but she is Latina, so she's just a jealous person. And I hear that's kind of how they are. I mean, that's what I've been
They
told.
cook good food though.
Cook great food. So the problem I had is this girl, when we first started, we
Super
talked about
photo.
this. She went into my account and she would, like, if a girl had sent me something, she would go into their account and look at all their stuff. So she was actually,
Digging.
I mean, she was
That's how most
hardcore
girls are.
digging and looking at shit. And I mean, at first she had asked me stuff about, you know, weeks ago that I had commented on this person, then went to this page, then went to that page. And so there was some issues at first, because I told her, I had to say, listen, you know, I will cut your ass off from my media if this is how you're going to act. I will put it to where you cannot see me, right? And I changed some things on my media since then where people couldn't post. Because this was something too. He gave me a hard fucking time about this. Because I found out almost the same time he found out I was in a relationship. She posted that shit. She branded me in a relationship on my page. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, you know, because I didn't even realize that I got a call from a girl that I had been talking to about, are you in a relationship right now? Kind of, I guess I am, you know.
We're going to edit that part out.
And so it was like, so it was kind of crazy, but I told her, there was about 4 girls I was talking to at the same
Damn,
time.
good for you.
I was trying
That's
to,
old school dating.
That's
what it is.
but I was
right?
trying to
That's
figure
still
out,
new school too.
I wasn't sleeping with anybody. I was just
Oh,
trying
never mind then.
I was just
Never mind.
I was trying to
there
figure
with
out.
you.
No.
I was trying to figure out who I liked,
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
and so man,
Same
one
thing.
one just came out and branded me, boom, you know, and so it was really kind of funny. But so, what's your take on it?
Oh, what?
The way social media affects a relationship?
Alright, sorry, I got distracted. I was like listening to you guys talking hella shit. With the social media shit, honestly, like if you share a joint account, yeah, that's hella stupid. You shouldn't do that. That's retarded. But honestly, your significant other, if you're in a relationship, should have your information. Because you know what, if they just be like, you know, I just want to see what you've been talking to or who you've been talking to. But if it's just like some random guy that's her old friend, and there's no hard feelings or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But it's always good to always like know your significant other's information, right? It's not just for, it's not trying to be sneaky. It's not trying to be anything. It's just more, just to feel more comfortable with yourself and you guys being together. Because honestly, in my relationships, I've always been like, look, I need to know your information. Like, I just need to know. Not that I'm gonna check on it every day. I just want to know like who's texting you or who's writing you. And if she has some guy friend that's literally just a guy friend, never messed around with, never did nothing, they could talk. Like it's not a big deal to me. You know, but if you were fucking him and blah blah blah, whoop-de-whoop, then yeah, that's a little different. But other than that, I mean.
So do you check your girl's social media?
I don't have a girl now.
Well, your ex-girl?
When we were together, yeah, she checked mine. She'd be like, oh, who's this bitch? I like that. Like, I'll be like, dude, you didn't send me fucking...
Did she do it from, like, what he was saying, from her standpoint? Or, like,
I
this
think,
is your phone?
Honestly, I think that any girl does that shit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think any girl, they literally be like, oh, this bitch like that shit. I'm gonna go check on her, who was her ex-boyfriend, who was blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. I think most girls do
How
that.
do women have? God damn.
I don't
They
have
have-
that kind of time. I wish
Okay,
I,
but if you did, you would do it.
if I was bored, I would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn.
But guess what?
Hey, start deleting shit now, dog.
I would do
Start
that on,
deleting shit
on
now.
one of my friends' pages too. Like if somebody commented either something shitty or something really sweet, I'd be like, who's commenting on my friend? And then go to them.
But most girls like that shit. Like even if it's not even your man, they're just like, I just want to know the scoop that's going on because I know they're dating
It's
each
like a
other.
nosy
But
thing, yeah.
but she has a boyfriend. He has a girlfriend. They're dating each other. Oh, I'm gonna go see who likes
Who's he
what,
about? What's
who's
he
doing
about?
this,
What's
who's
this?
doing
What's
that.
that? Yeah.
Like dude, like honestly, I don't have much time for that shit. Like most of the time, I'm just talking bullshit to learn about what girls like.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
What's your take?
My
on it?
take is it can be damaging if there's disrespect. Because there's always going to be a fine line. We're both in an industry. You're in the same industry. Our social media isn't even for pleasure.
You guys are strippers. I fucking knew it.
It is definitely
I fucking
for
knew
business.
it. You too.
Like,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
even hardly get on there to enjoy it. Like I don't even have time to scroll and like look through stuff. It kind of sucks because I do want to catch up with people. I don't have time to talk to people, so that is kind of my way to be in touch. But I honestly do think there is a right way and a wrong way, and if you know what's appropriate and what's not. Period.
Yeah.
We're fucking
Yeah.
grown. You know if you're trying to hit on somebody. You know if you're making a comment that you wouldn't necessarily make if your person was right next to
I
you,
got an
right?
example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there's no reason to have joint accounts. I think that's nonsense. If you're to that level, you both fucked up. You need to get off social media and just figure your life out. But honestly, like moving forward, it's just the respect factor. Don't do disrespectful shit. That's the shit that ruins relationships, not social media. Everybody gets that twisted. You want to blame it because somebody opened the door? Nobody fucking made you walk through it.
Well,
and that's just
it's
kind
the
of
same
where
in real
how I
life,
feel.
too.
Yeah.
Same in real life too. Like,
And like we don't share each other's account information, but if he wanted it, he could have it. If I wanted
that's
it,
what I'm
I
saying.
could have
Yeah,
it.
we'd be like, hey, if I
But
want
the
to log
day
into
I
your
feel
shit,
like I did date somebody that cheated and did all the nonsense, and I got blamed for shit that was ridiculous. I couldn't even fathom because I'm not that way. Come to find out at the end of all of it, he was doing all these crazy things, and so it made sense as to why those thoughts were there on his side. But I just like. I'm so beyond that. Like, if I feel the need that I need to grab his phone to go through it, I'm leaving him at that moment. If I need to grab his phone to go through his social media, I'm fucking done. Because either I did something to make me feel insecure about our shit, or he's not doing something right, and there's a whole loophole, and I just won't go there. I don't have the energy for it. He doesn't have the energy for it, and it's a great fucking place to be in a relationship.
no, it is. And so in my last relationship, it was funny because I didn't even want to go through this chick's phone. I would just be like, hey, let me see your phone. I'm gonna go through it. And if she would hand it to me, I just hand it right back to her. I don't need to then.
Because
You know
she
what I mean?
handed over, yeah.
Yeah, but she was like, oh no, you don't even look through my phone. I'm like, bitch, now I'm gonna look through your phone.
Well, but there's
There's
another thing too, though. I'll tell you why that's totally inappropriate, and I'll tell you why.
But
I have a
Wait,
shit
let me give a point.
totally inappropriate. I have female friends that we talk about personal shit. And
No.
if my
Okay.
friend has a fucking yeast infection and don't know what to do, it is not Rob's business. That is mine and hers.
Yeah.
And when
You
Rob,
ain't buying your bullshit.
but that's what I mean. I'm using a very easy subject. But
yeah.
most of the time they're talking about like, dude, this is what's going on in my life right now. What do I do? Or dude, I had to go to the doctor. I got this. And they're talking about shit that they don't want people knowing.
I wanna clarify one thing though. To me, social media is Facebook and TikTok and all that. Facebook is different.
Swingers.com.
Social media is different than your phone. If a woman asks me to go through my phone, the answer is fucking no.
Tell me why.
Because it's just no respect and it's not anyone's business.
See, I kind of feel the same on that subject.
I have never asked a woman to look through her phone. You know, my wife
I don't
of 10
have
years
anything to hide, but
never
my
touched
friends
her
have
phone.
things they trust me with that they don't want people
yes,
around me.
yeah. But you have to come to the simple point that, like when I was with my girl and I told her, let me see your phone, right? And then she'd be like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. And then I told her, like, look, dude, I'm not going through your shit to see if you're talking to your friends. That's not my business. I want you to have your self-respect, but at the same time, I'm just trying to see what you're up to.
Oh, so you're just not like snooping through all
Yeah. Like she had messages for all her girlfriends and all that shit. And that's not my problem. But I was just like, I just want to see what you're up to. I want to see who's messaging you. I just want to see like if
what
you're talking to
I
somebody else back.
learned is when somebody's being shady, there ain't shit you're gonna do to figure it out if they don't want you to figure
Oh
it out.
yes, it is.
Oh no.
Oh yes,
Yes,
it is. Let me tell you this
When a
story.
female wants to
GPS her
really
pussy.
fucking
Never
hide
mind.
shit.
Never mind. I'm gonna
Hide
catch a
it.
case if I told you about that one. Yeah.
But like they just don't. I don't delete
Statutes
anything.
of
That's one
limitations,
thing I won't do. Like when you would scroll, well, my phone fucking fell in the waterfall last week. But before that, it's a 6-year-old
Why?
phone. We were hiking. Long story.
Did she throw it though? She's like, he's like, your phone. She's like,
No, I don't delete anything because the reason I don't like to delete anything is because I did have somebody that did that, and that's shady. Like, so I would leave shit on there, like go through it, and there's conversations from like 6 years ago, and I'm like, who is that person? I don't even remember who that person is anymore because their number may be gone or don't, whatever. But I just feel like, damn, I think that comes, me not deleting anything comes from being accused of shit I wasn't doing. So no matter what, I'll fucking pull that shit right up and prove to you. No.
Yeah, exactly. I never wrote back or nothing because I had that happen to me. So it was like, dude, like I was saying, look, I don't care if he writes you, I don't care if he texts you, I don't care any of that shit. I just want to know as long as you ain't writing it back, that's not my fucking issue. And then she actually started showing me, like, look, he wrote me again. Long story short, they ended up back together anyways. His face got rearranged, but yeah, put that on the camera too.
Cut it out. Jesus.
I have a YouTube channel and I have a few thousand followers. And I get comments on my Facebook all the time of people I've never even fucking met.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll be flirtatious, I've been asked, are you single? Are you joking around, And if I'm with someone and they look at that, they go crazy. It's like, did you read they live in Mississippi and I've never fucking met them? Did you read this?
I'm not
to
willing
read
to travel to Mississippi. I would go to Mississippi for a good time.
But I'm
He's
just
like, how long does it
saying.
take to drive there?
You're paying my ticket?
People like you two, I know you would have to have people, saying stuff, doing stuff once in a
Yeah,
while. That
for sure.
if the other one doesn't understand the situation or pay attention, I could see where someone would get all upset about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
and then when you have friends from years ago and they're being silly, but you don't know them to take it that
but
way.
if you got someone that said, hey, it was nice to meet you, let's go to dinner Friday night, that's fucking different.
No, yeah. So in my relationship, right? So my ex had fucking, she had just a friend from the bar. And then he would text her like, "Oh, I miss you," blah 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 blah.
That's bullshit.
And then I told her, I said, "Check it out." Like, but he was kind of slow. I already knew who he was.
Oh, he was.
So yeah,
He was slow.
But I told her straight up. I said, "Look, like yeah, I get it. He's slow, whatever. He thinks you're cute. It's not a big deal. He's just your friend. I trust you with that. But you need to let him know. Hey, look, I have a man. So you don't come at me like, oh, I miss you, or I can't wait to see you. Yes. And then and then she was just like, oh, well, he's just a friend, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, everybody else is your friend too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for episode 11. It was great. Closing statements.
I just want to thank both of you guys for coming out, Angel, Linda, and of course
Thanks
Ronnie
for having us.
hosting. You guys tune in. We got one more episode for season 1 to be wrapped up.
Yeah, he said special guest. I'm not that special. My teachers and my mom told me I was special, but I'm not.
Charlie Murphy, my main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.